Hey my beautiful Capricorn peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Ann from CancerMoonsTarot and we're coming at you guys with your June 2022 tarot reading. How are you guys? I hope you guys are well. We're going to go ahead and jump on into this. I'm going to start out now with a couple messages from the Kipper deck and then we'll get on into the rest of the information that we have for you. We actually had two cards jump out super fast. So we have here Occupation and High Honor. I like this energy for you guys. This could be possibly moving up here in the ranks. I feel this energy of like getting a high honor possibly for somebody who is in service or somebody who is in some sort of law enforcement is kind of what I'm feeling. Definitely feeling this energy. Potentially you might have had a relative or somebody who was close to you who died in action. You know, this could be the energy of possibly honoring a cop or a fallen hero or some sort of energy like that. So coming into the month here of June, that could be potentially the energy here of honoring somebody that you really had close to you who worked in any sort of military or any sort of law enforcement, okay? But as I mentioned as well, high honor and occupation here as well could be representing for a few of you that you could be climbing the ranks in whatever kind of occupation that you have. So that's really cool, especially in terms of law enforcement as well. This could be somebody moving up to a sergeant. You know, this could be somebody here really moving up in the ranks, okay? Let's go ahead and get one more card from Kipper that we can give here for Capricorn. And then lastly for you, we have the Wealthy Man. Okay, we're really looking at money here coming into June 2022. I definitely feel like finances are nothing to worry about. As far as your job goes, I see a lot of you guys here really climbing the ranks in whatever kind of work that you do. You could be moving into a management position. You could be taking over the boss's lead. You know, this is the energy, of course, of finances increasing. And of course, with high honor coming in here as well, you know, this could be a realization from your superiors or people who work in your field, who honor you, who understand how valuable you are to whatever sort of company you work for, a job you work for, and they really want to make sure that you're being taken care of financially here. So I definitely feel the energy of finances being good. I do see job promotions here. I do see honoring people here as well. You could be having something where you're being honored possibly. Maybe you're a Capricorn who recently wrote a book. You might be going to some sort of book signing and people are honoring you. You know, it could be that energy as well. But Capricorns, as far as career looks lovely, okay? And as far as your finances go, it looks pretty dang good too. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the tarot now. We're going to take a look here into your recent past before I go over June. So let's have a look here in the recent past for you. What do we have here in the recent past regarding the zodiac of Capricorn? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout June 2022. First two cards that we have are going to be the Star card, and it's going to be the Lovers. So you could have been connecting with a Gemini or possibly an Aquarius. All right, and moving on to the last card for you, we do have here the Three of Swords. I realized that I said you could have been connecting with one, and then poop, here comes the Three of Swords. I said to myself in my head, I'm like, why did I say could have been? Maybe they're still dealing with one, right? But nope, we do have here a Three of Swords, which is a card that calls for separation. So there is something here that happened. You know, the Lovers card could represent a Gemini in your life. And keep in mind, granted, the Lovers could represent a soulmate energy. It could represent somebody you have some sort of romantic connection with. It could just be a genuine connection, right? It doesn't have to be romantic. So the Lovers, somebody you held very near and dear to you. And with the Star card coming into play, it feels to me like you were very close to this person. You were very aligned to them. You felt like you were going to have a bright future with them, but something sudden happened here. Three of Swords, I feel, is a very sudden ending, okay? So somebody here is no longer in resonance with you. Something happened very quickly. A breakup happened very quickly, or you and your friend suddenly just stopped talking. You know, it seems to me like this person was out of your life like that. So I do see that energy here in the month of June, or sorry, in the recent past. Let's go ahead and clarify. Why do we have here the Three of Swords? What happened between Capricorn and this person? And we do have here the Five of Cups. Things went in a different direction. Five of Cups is grief. You know, it's the energy here of seeing somebody change in ways that you felt like you had to physically mourn. So you're mourning the loss of a person here. I don't feel like this situation is talking directly like you're mourning somebody because, you know, somebody had passed, you know, not that type of energy. It could be that energy for a few of you, and if so, my condolences. But I feel this energy here, Capricorn, of like mourning the death in the non-literal sense of an individual. They've transformed, they've become someone that you don't recognize anymore. And with all that energy being said, it's heartbreaking because they're not the same person that you really connected with, that you really loved, that you really felt like you were going to have a bright future with. So somebody here has changed, okay? So I'm feeling definitely more of like a metaphysical death and transformation. So that's what I got here so far. Let's have a look here into the current energies for June, please. What current energies do we have here for Capricorn? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, moving throughout June 2022. What's going on here currently? All right, first card out is going to be the Page of Wands. Moving on to the next card, we have here the Eight of Swords. And then lastly for you, Cappy, is going to be the Knight of Swords. So when you look at the current energies now, Page of Swords here to the Eight of Swords, I definitely sense you trying to distract yourself. I don't feel like you're in a position of time where you want to think about this very sad thing or this very sad ending that occurred in your life. I think that you're just trying to keep yourself distracted because there's a lot going on, you know, up in your mind here with that Eight of Swords. So with the Knight of Swords over here, you definitely seem to be a person of action coming into June 2022. You know, you're in a space and time right now where it's like, you know what? I went through a pretty heartbreaking event, you know, whether this is the energy of going through a breakup, the energy of you and a friend no longer talking, you know, you're doing your best here to just distract yourself coming into the month of June, and you're going to be distracting yourself here with action. You know, Knight of Swords here could be about you guys distracting yourself with work. You know, as I previously mentioned, coming into June, you guys look very well off financially. So maybe now, after going through a very painful experience, you've channeled all your energy into your job, into your occupation, and you're doing everything you can to kind of increase there. So if you didn't have the abundance here within some sort of relationship, it's like, I'm going to claim the abundance here within my material world, okay? So coming into the month of June, you know, looking at these current energies, it does seem to me like you're doing your best to keep yourself distracted. So that does mean that other areas of your life, such as career and finance, are definitely going to be up in a positive way. So you're doing your best here to just kind of keep on keeping on, but distract yourself with something that can take away the pain so that you can have a purpose or something to focus on that just keeps you in a decent mood, you know? All right, let's have a look here and see what you're going to be dealing with in the month of June. All right, what are my Capricorns going to be dealing with here in June 2022? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We did have here the Ace of Wands, and we also have here the King of Swords that came out. And then moving on to the last card for you guys is going to be the Ace of Pentacles. So Ace of Wands here, King of Swords, and then the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Wands is typically the energy of a new beginning. So you're trying to start fresh after whatever ending occurred. And with the King of Swords showing up over here, it's like, I'm determined here to turn a new leaf. So you're determined here to not only move on from your past, but to create a happier life moving forward. I think that this is the energy of you guys saying, look, what I went through sucked, but it's time for me to create something better. Right? So whether this was a breakup, you and a friend no longer are talking, or you and somebody that were close to you went your separate ways, it was a painful situation for sure, but it's time for you to jump into this energy where you create something that's now more sustaining on an emotional level. So that's what you're feeling like it's time to do. So I do feel like you guys are going to be in a very creative place. Like I said, I keep going back to finances and career. I feel like you're going to be very creative there. So this would be a great time right now to channel a lot of your energy into your career because you could really see a lot of expansion there. But either way, Ace of Pentacles, that's a card of an opportunity. You know, you're in a space right now where you're taking the opportunity to create new outlets in life that bring you happiness. So that's what you're focused up on here coming into the month of June. Let's go ahead and see where things are going for you. Where are things going to be going here for Capricorn? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout June 2022. Having a look here at the first two cards out, apparently. We got here the Empress, and we have here the Six of Pentacles. So whatever you're putting work into, you want to make sure that you are getting back everything that you are currently putting in. Looking at the last card, we also do have here the Page of Cups. So based upon where things are going for you guys, I definitely see you working pretty hard. You got here the Empress, the Four of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. The Empress card is a lot of growth and expansion, but it also represents a lot of beauty. And with the, sorry, this wasn't the Six of Pentacles, by the way. This was the Four of Pentacles. My apologies, guys. So either way, Empress card here, Four of Pentacles, Page of Cups. based upon where things are going, you're working very hard here to get out of your shell. You're working very hard here to move past that painful event that occurred in your life and to ultimately keep going. You're trying to keep yourself in a positive mentality. You're trying to keep yourself in a positive morale. You know, after you experience something tough, it's like, let me channel my energy into other things in my life that could potentially be more beneficial to me and help ease the pain a bit. So this entire month here is about kind of distracting yourself from what you've gone through in your past. And I don't feel like it's necessarily distracting yourself in the way that you're ignoring your feelings. I think you've come to terms with how it is that you feel. This month is more of like the acknowledgement that it's time to move on. It's time to go in a new direction. It's time to turn a new leaf. You know, it's the realization of, I did all the crying, I did all the healing, I did all the releasing. Now it's time to shift my energy elsewhere. So whether you went through a really harsh divorce, a really hard breakup, you know, it's time right now to put my energy into my career. Maybe this is the energy of like, it's time to put the energy into my children, or it's time to put the energy into family, or it's time to put the energy into creative projects or creative outlets that I have in my life. I just realized that I went through a really painful time. I did everything I can to try to move past that, and I'm ready here to turn a new leaf. So June is really all about getting started here in the process of truly moving forward, okay? Let's go ahead and take a look here at the overall outcome for your month. What's going to be the overall outcome here for Capricorn? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout June 2022. And what do we got? We got here the Chariot. Exactly. Forward moving, right? This is the energy of going towards a new path. I do like that energy for you indeed. Tell me about this path though. Where is Capricorn heading? Where is Capricorn going to be heading? And what do we have? We have here the Sun card, and we have here the Eight of Pentacles. I love that. So it's a story that has a happy ending. That's definitely something that I could say to you guys, which I do enjoy about this reading, because even though what you went through is very difficult, you're still going to end up in a very relatively happy and positive place because you're working hard to get there. So in the month of June 2022, what this really looks like to me is like, it's the first step here to moving forward. It's the first step to completely letting go of this really painful past experience and getting your life in order, getting yourself back to a happy place where you feel abundant, where you feel positive, and when things are going in your way or in your favor. So I definitely feel like this is going to be a very favorable month for you. As I've mentioned, I do feel like it's going to be very favorable in your career, you know, especially if you have, you know, a lot of energy right now, a lot of creativity to be throwing into the type of career that you have. You're going to see a lot of growth and expansion there, Capricorn. I can tell you that for sure. So as I've mentioned countless times throughout this reading, saying what you're doing is a distraction. It's not a distraction, once again, to clarify, in the way of you trying to ignore your feelings. It's just you've gotten to a point, Capricorn, where you have sat with your feelings, you have done everything you could to feel how you felt. Now you're ready to take that first step to move forward and to get towards back, you know, towards your happiness again. You're ready to get back there to where you're happy, where you're living your life, where you're content. You're ready to be feeling good again after going through a really rough releasing and really drawn out period of the Three of Swords, of some sort of pain, right? So you're ready here to get back to work, Capricorn, and I do see it being and working out very much so in your favor. So guys, coming into June 2022, you're definitely going to see some new doors of abundance open up in your life. I do see that happening a lot within your career space, but keep in mind, the abundance that happens is different for every Capricorn. This could be about finding more abundance within your family this month. You might be finding more abundance in work, finding more abundance in other relationships that you have. So essentially, you're going to be finding new forms of abundance, and overall, you're going to be getting back into a great place mentally after going through a really rough and difficult time. So Capricorns, you're on a good path here, okay? I would definitely have nothing to worry about here for you in the month of June. I think that you're getting yourself collected again, and where you're heading is going to be pretty damn positive, you know? So I like this energy for you. All right, Capricorn. Excuse me. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you guys so much for being here. If this message resonates, please let me know down in the comments down below. Have a lovely and amazing rest of your June, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Much love, Capricorn, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.